next up, next up, next up. My turn, my turn, my turn. Move over, next up. My turn, my turn, my turn. Next up, next turn. Your turn is over. Next up, next up, and the next up, next up, next up, and next up. Move over, it's my turn. It's my turn. I ain't trying to be stingy, no, it's my turn. Next up, next up, next up. Next up, move next up, next up, next up.
Slicker than butter before hit the skillet. Glistening, moonwalking, that's heavy. Not enough, grab a beat ejaculation. Seen cream cheese and facial vitamin D's. Watching my growth emerge off Lucifer back. Wise man, better cocky trunk bush. One push, I'll move differently. Gross move up and down, balance your cash flow. Don't end your life flashing guap. Follows and likes and in your life. State property, terrorists, flight risk, taxes, range is not a straw screwer. Tipping my hat, Luda said move bitch. Next up, my turn like I'm a chubby kid. Cutting the front line, eat the cake, sweet and sour. Shit it on and cool breeze.
Next up, next up, next up, next up, next up. Move over, it's my turn. It's my turn. I ain't trying to be stingy, no, it's my turn. Next up, next up, next up. Next up. Move next up, next up, next up.
Yes, next up, no contest. You can put that bullshit to rest. That's how I become the best when I get that bread. Not talking about dinner rolls, you niggas doing nothing. I'm trying to get that Rolls Royce. You motherfuckers wanna settle for less. How I'm the best, that's how I know what to do next. Be the greatest, not talking flavor. You niggas are Kool-Aid, watered down, jaded. That's when I get faded. Then I'm next up, nigga, move over, it's my turn. No need for you niggas to confirm to get them funds. All you done, break one, you the fake one. That's how I know to get to be the blessed one, bitch.
Next up. Move over, it's my turn. It's my turn. I ain't trying to be stingy, no, it's my turn. Next up, next up, next up. Next up. Move next up, next up, next up.
No need for competition or looking window shopping. Slim as fuck, left arm strong. Green gremlin, incredible hot class of rewind. Great nigga hugs, missing you like missing the dead. Memories, king hug and love on myself. Who's crying besides me? Heartbeat 3 times my legacy, patty cake. Hot scotch, hotter than TikTok. Cash app, fuck that. Cash receiver, sending who gonna send? No one fed shit. Still moving in my early 20s. Mine's in a loophole, corner pocket, shooting like I'm Reggie Miller. Next one to come out, show out, not fashion over. Once I step out, I stand out. Bummy or not, looking so hard, feeling like I'm wave surfing. Please go ahead and do what you wanna do. Climax.
Next up. Move over, it's my turn. It's my turn. I ain't trying to be stingy, no, it's my turn. Next up, next up, next up. Next up, next up, next up, next up.